Hello. Hi, precious doves. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Chris Farah. Welcome to my YouTube channel where tonight we'll be talking about 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. We're in season 7. It's episode 7. Are you happy now? Well, are you happy now, honey? Here's the thing. As we know, nothing can make you happy unless you find some sort of inner peace and or work within yourself. So, you know, the answer is, do you choose to be happy? And thank you so much. Good night. Just kidding. So we have a whole episode to get into. Don't even worry about it. I have some tweets. Ooh, yes. Happy to be here. Well, happy to see you, my love. Yes, finally making it to a live. Although by the time it ends for the breath, I might be sleeping here on the East Coast time, my love. I'm so thankful that you are here. Please get in the room. Get ready. We have, ow. Sorry. We have a great live for us. We had a great episode and just lots of content all around the world. And by all the world, I'm around the world. Just so you know, Wah and my episode of DocuSweeties talking about this is already live. So wherever you listen to podcasts, if you want to hear Wah and I talk about it, you can at DocuSweeties on Instagram. That's true. DocuSweeties is on Instagram, but also on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google, wherever you're listening, honey, it's there. So all the content is available for you, but we're going to get into just some, you and me time. You and I, you and I, you and I. Anyway, so and I thought it was a good episode. So we have lots of fun things for us, and this isn't not in the order that I prefer it to be, but we'll go through. So Bilal and Shai, honey, we'll start with Bilal and Shai. Okay, so we see them. The first scene involves Bilal teaching Shai how to drive on the right side of the road, which is the side of the road that Americans drive on. And she's not used to that, honey. She's from Trinidad and Tobago, and they drive on the other side. And that's her taking off her Timberland, honey, to put in the back seat. My God. And he gets upset everywhere. He's like, "Why are you taking off your shoe?" And she's like, "Because I'm heavy footed. So, like, anything that makes my foot heavier is just us speeding. Do you want me to speed in this car? Possibly get in a car accident in this parking lot?" Bilal doesn't want that. Bilal's wearing a jacket on top of a hoodie. He's already hot underneath the collar, honey, and this driving class is not making his life any easier. I'm so happy to see my peeps in the room. Yes. Hi, everyone. Are your nails dipped or shellac? No, they're just gel. Hi, Bonnie. Oh, I love you so much. And yeah, remember to thumbs it up. Give it a little thumbs it up, guys. Just telling me your algorithm that you're really, really into it. Oh my God, just watching this in live, it is so much better. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. And plus, it'll always be there, but we're just live. Teehee. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go back. But my jamming set is got at Target. I'm so happy that you saw that. Yay, Holly! And it's like a whole set. They were so cheap. And the best part about them is that they have like extra long things with thumb things. Extra long things with thumb things. Wait, I heard it's best to thumbs up after 5 minutes for the algorithm. Oh, is it a thing? Who knew? Okay, you tell me. And it was a Louis Vuitton hoodie. Yeah, it was. We think. We're not quite sure. The jacket on top, I'm not quite sure on. He's just like real dad about everything. Like, hey, you're gonna. He's just like giving us so much that he really shouldn't. Like, yeah, if he, first of all, hire an instructor. Like, have her do like 15 hours with like some, student driver person, put her in a student driver car. We've all had to do it. Like, let that be the thing then. Like, don't put her behind the wheel of your car and knowing that she has to get used to it. And like, anytime you're like driving any sort of car, it's like brand new, it's awkward. And a Mercedes is super heavy. It's like a heavy vehicle. And so she's heavy footed, like we said. And so, I'm sure it's going to be a little awkward at first. And it's just like, if you're gonna give it to her, then, like, shut up. We don't wanna hear it. We don't wanna hear it, and this is all happening as she, like, somewhat tries to distract herself from getting the results of their fertility, and when she gets the results, it's pretty much like, "Well, your FSH hormone is great, but we still don't know what's happening with the amount of eggs you have or I guess, the quality of the eggs, whatever, in your," I hate this little mark on my forehead. I get it from my horse riding helmet. Not to keep just like going all over the place, but I just keep seeing myself. Okay, so the eggs, right? And so she has to, I guess, get a pending result for that be told to her later on in life. And, but it doesn't come with what, and your eggs are 37. So, it isn't like they get better. It's not red wine. It's not a Brunello, those eggs. I wish it was a Brunello. Wouldn't it be nice if there was just like, how, just like, I wish there were some eggs that got better. Fine, not all of them get better, but some should get better. Just like a couple that are like, just yeah, get better with age. Just get wiser, get better, get like healthier, get like stronger, like something like that. Um, I love you guys so much. Okay, great. I was gonna say one more thing, which is anyway, that's it. So basically, um, Bilal is just like trying to ruin her life by putting off and eventually making it impossible to get the one thing this woman wants after moving to a whole ass foreign country to be with you. Like, she left her country and everyone she knows to be with you. You got a brand new, beautiful wife who is the same everything as you and, like, looks just like your old wife. Sounds like, God bless. Do you have a type? And on top of that, she's super a yoga person. The whole, so she's flexible, God bless, and healthy. The only thing she wants is a baby. To think that you won't give it to her after you've already had two is just crazy. Especially, I mean, like, everything he says about babies is just like, that he just really hated the moment when he got pregnant and he did his marriage with him. And the moment that he got pregnant, but the moment that like they had kids and everything that happened afterward, he just really villainizes the whole situation, which is so awkward because his children are on the show. Like, that's about you and your relationship. It just feels like he like has such a very astute and almost OCD and or like specific way things have to traverse. And if things happen outside that, it's considered bad or wrong. He's not flexible, he's not immovable, and nor does he truly, it feels like, have the vulnerable capacity to understand someone else and be empathetic to someone else. So it makes me feel like he's doing her a disservice, and it's obvious and apparent, and he doesn't get it. He very much is like, everything I think and say is the wise choice. I'm an imam. I think that we have to wait, because you might have depression syndrome, whatever it is, like prenatal, postnatal, whatever it is. Like, you might have this, we're gonna have a messy house or whatever, instead of being like, okay, to compromise with what the love of my life wants. She wants a baby, so I'm gonna have to definitely give her a baby. And I know that some things that made it hard last time was that Shahida didn't have any help. She didn't have any help. She didn't have a night nurse. She didn't have any help. Okay? Not at all. And Shida doesn't even have family here. And it doesn't feel like Bilal's mom's like has a lot of time in her hands to like come in, off the sidelines, honey, and be like the Miss Gwen. Miss Gwen's not even being a good grandma. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, it feels like the managerial decision would be like, we're going to have to hire someone who's going to help Shida. And also, I really like a clean house. Like, I'm obsessed with it. So to me, let's get someone to clean the house whatever it is, every day. If it has to be. If it has to be, just like, I mean, stop buying Louis Vuitton all the time. Don't have every single thing be a brand new Louis Vuitton thing. Don't buy all the new watches then. And even if it's like you feel like the new watches are better, it's like, not really. You can't take them with you. And that watch isn't doing her anything. She wants a baby, and you have to pay for that now. If you didn't want to pay for that, then you should have gotten a new woman, another woman. I mean, it just makes no sense. So, um, all they had to do was freeze some embryos, then they could wait years. That's true. That's absolutely true. Now, here's where I get crazy. If I were her, I would also want to freeze some eggs without his embryo in it. I mean, without his sperm in it. Freeze both. It's a new world out there, right? And the burgeoning world of fertility treatments gives you options and then gives you percentages. And I know things are expensive, but if possible, freezing embryos can result in, I think, a better percentage or a better probability of a baby. However, if you can freeze eggs, you aren't beholden to who the father is, should something go down. Which, of course, like, I think about what happened to Sofia Vergara all day long. She had that crazy ass boyfriend, honey. They froze embryos and he tried to sue her to have them when they were not together. And she was already with Joe Manganiello, whatever. The process might be really cheaper into Kentucky, though. I don't know, Mom. Bilal wants those frozen until after he dies. Yeah, for sure he's had a vasectomy. I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy theories about it. I'll tell you that right now. So, we'll see what happens with them. Basically, yeah, like I thought it was boring and makes me sad. Like, I can't go over every detail of them. It's just like the doctor and the conversation and the oopsies and like, are you trying? And all of it is like, I don't know. It just makes me sad. And it makes me feel listen, this franchise has such an ability to find narcissistic, aggressive, abusive people that we have to watch, right? And there's just different ways to do that, like there's manipulative tactics, there's indirect tactics, there's so many things that we see, and then there's so many things that are very obviously outright and blatant, and it happens happens a lot. So Angela and Michael are gonna be a great example of that too. I mean, I'm gonna try and give you what I can about it, but it's also just like sometimes a lot, So sometimes a lot to watch and like have to comment on. And I don't like to watch him like teach her how to drive without making the proper decisions. I don't like to watch him like manipulate her about the kid when he knows what she wants, like the pros and con list that they do. It's just like, I don't know. Like he's just so obvious. It's laughable. And it's just like kind of like shake my damn head kind of thing. You're just like, the last tactic he uses is to be like, well, I don't want to have a baby with you because anytime like you get really upset, you threaten to like pick up and run. Just can't have a baby with someone who's going to pick up and run all the time. Just scares me. Makes me feel like you're in and out. It's because, Bilal, like, you are not giving her the security of the thing that she said she wanted. And so that was a deal breaker for her. So she said, I mean, she wants a child. She wants one really, really bad. And she feels like the person that she's supposed to be with is the father of her children. That's like a divine thing. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether you believe in that or not, I don't care. Like, whether you want a child or not, fine. But she does. It's obvious. So, like, the person that's communally supposed to be her soulmate for her will be someone that will be the father of her child. And I mean that in the sense of, if she can't have biological children and she still wants a child, to make her happy, and because he wants to procreate with her and like see her as a mother, they will have a child together. Like, he would be open to adoption or whatever, or a surrogacy or like, because you ultimately want to be with someone who wants, like, for you, the best version of yourself and to align with your highest good. You want to be with someone who's actively working towards their goals in their life, because we, again, at the very top, I said this, we choose to be happy. So if we choose to be happy, you know, we choose to be with someone else, and that's going to make us happy, and then their happiness will make us happy. And so we want to also have someone in our lives that we make happy, that make themselves happy, that make us happy, right? It's like this beautiful like mix. To deny someone of something as a basic tenet to their happiness doesn't make sense. Their health, their family, whatever, those are like basic things. A narc will always find a way to blame their agenda on you, a narcissist. Sometimes a narcissist is just so blatantly obvious that it's like, oh God, it's too much. Like, I'm not dumb. So, um, let's move on. So let's move on to, do you have any funny tweets about them? I don't think so. Oh, yes, I do. She totally would if Usman had Bilal's bankroll. So this is a picture of Shai saying Bilal doesn't want a baby. Usman does. Have Usman's baby problem solved. Ha 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 ha. Could you imagine? Crossover. We can go to Kimberly and Usman. I thought that was ridiculous. What's this? Oh, Usman coming up. So going on to Usman, man touching woman is prohibited in my state and in my culture. Also Usman, just like in the middle of the video, honey, just woman hands on shoulders. Not even the worst. Well, I guess his hand is also on her thigh. That part's kind of bad. Okay, so they're finally packing to go to Sokoto, which is a very fun word to say. And it feels like Sokoto must be a great place. Like, it feels like it must be just like really organized well. I don't know why. Just the name of it like sparks intrigue in me. So as we've been knowing, because we've been around these parts for a second, Usman's mom and this like family meeting holds and bears a lot of weight, a lot of gravitas, because Usman's mom, has the blessing ability to whether bless the marriage or not, and like you can't get married without a blessing, or it's very awkward, or like your whole family will be torn apart. We understand this life as being like the East, well, not Eastern, like Indian, African cultures, a lot of cultures, like, need that parental approval, that like, we just really want our mommy and our daddies to be like, you done good, boo. I like this one. Aw, great job. That was a normal person. You look good together. We can see this. Oh, you found someone. Can imagine. That's like my dad talking. Um, So they're going to go to the airport, and Bibi meets him at the airport. And, you know, we get more. There's going to be two times in this episode that we are reminded that Usman is, honey, a catch and a big ass deal, a popular fish in a small pond, honey, just people are enamored with him, and he has fans, honey, literal fans and female fans of his talent and of his person. Just so you know, Usman is a wanted soul, very highly valued, like he's a commodity. So everyone is treating him like really well. There's a lot of like lovely people around kind of like doing his bidding. And then as Bibi tries to leave, Kimbali gives Bibi like a hand throw, what is it called? Fist bump. Thanks, bro. Like, as like a thank you instead of like shaking a hand. And of course, Usman says that you're not supposed to touch people in this culture. That's kind of like what the Twitter said. But also like, especially not men. And men can't touch you. Biba's like, no, I cannot touch you, like backs out, honey. And Kimberly's like, oh, I'm just like surprised. I'm always surprised when the Americans who have been somewhere like many, this is not her first time, don't know. You didn't know you can't touch an opposite sex person? You thought that this person would be okay with like a it's just, it makes me somewhat sad that we don't, as a society, as Americans, have a little more decorum and or like protocol options in our lives. Being taught etiquette from across the board, how to eat, how to dress, how to be in public, how to talk, all of it was something I feel like we did back in the day and then we have let go of, and I think there seems to be outdated, ideas of like it being archaic or whatever. But the truth of the matter is, good protocol is being in a public space and allowing the majority of people around you to feel comfortable and safe. Comfortable. Comfortable. Like that, because right, like if you're eating across from someone and they're just like things are going everywhere, it's not comfortable for you. You can't eat. You're just like trying to eat. You're just like, check, please. It's just like that's what it is. Like it's not. No one wants like, and we are not perfect people. I definitely sometimes, like have made mistakes, but no one wants to be talking to someone with like, just like food coming out and everything, and then being mean to a waiter is always really awkward. Taking your shoes off at a table, awkward. Everyone hates. I don't know why I will ever see anyone's feet in public. I should never, but like you'd be surprised how many shoes are off in public. People cannot like people talk on the phone so loud in public. People are not polite. People don't hold doors. People don't say thank you. Um people cut in line. It's just like there are just across the world people doing bad things. And I feel like not to, so I'm not just blaming America, but at the same time, we don't think about teaching etiquette. And definitely there are cultural practices and traditions that are a whole level of protocol. There's different etiquette for eating with different cultures and stuff like that. And so if you are going to like fully be in a different culture more than once, it would just behoove someone to do some sort of research on like what makes people usually comfortable in that culture. Like when in Rome, honey, like definitely when you're in a Muslim country, like you don't do certain things, or we've like been around them, like so, and there are levels to this, and right now, like what's happening in Iran is absolutely horrible. So it's not so much about making men feel comfortable. It's more so about doing what most people do, especially people like you, other, in this case, women, like Kimberly's a cisgender woman. So, like, what would most cisgender women do in this situation? They don't touch other people. And if they do, they're not going to do like a super masculine, like, pound. Like, there is like, what feels like maybe a more submissive feminine quality in this situation. And I don't want to say that Kimberly has to put that on. She doesn't. I don't think that's like, naturally a part of her like demeanor. And so it'd be like uncouth to like ask that for her. But I think that when she's there and when she's interacting with men, she has to be somewhat aware to just like be a little chill. Just like this man's also serving you, so he has to like be in a certain way too, you know? But yeah, she just doesn't know a lot about the culture or about what's going to happen. I don't know what to tell you. Bought my girlfriend some new sneakers. She didn't say thank you. I dumped her. Just go. I just buy me the sneakers, honey. I'm size 11. I hope that doesn't throw you off. um, read the room, Kimberly. Yeah, that's so funny. Um, Also, have you guys read the whole situation about how Kimberly, two things. A, was arrested over bad Ford's checks. So she has like something on her record. And then B, got married to like a prison person in prison, honey, like live after lockup style, because she saw his story and then reached out to him. She didn't even know this person in real life first. She's like a full-on person that like went looking for prison people, prison love. Like she's a Chaz. I love that. She's wild. That one is wild. I mean, she is really good on a reality show. I wish that we would know even more about everything we're talking. Like, I wish we knew more about her being in the army, and I wish we knew more about who Jamal's dad is, and I wish we knew more about the forge check situation. I wish we knew more about this guy that she never even talks about it. Like, that wouldn't have been like something that like would have been great info, I guess, TLC for like the expository episode. Why not? Like, that guy should be involved in some way. Like, he should be trying to get back with her. And then, like, Usman should be having a conversation with that guy. Like, that is what TV's about. It should get super messy. Could you imagine, like, a Love After Lockup, 90-Day Fiancé crossover episode? Why not? She is wild, and it's a miracle Jamal seems so well adjusted. Absolutely. She is a super fan for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She was probably a super fan of that, I think, murderer. Second degree murderer. I'm not quite sure how he murdered anyone. I don't really know. But next scene for them is Usman going to visit his mom, honey, and his mom, God bless, she's not excited about this one. She looks just like Usman. Usman stole that mom's face, honey. Basically, Usman sits down and the mom, I feel like, sniffs it on him the moment that he comes in. She knows he's up to no good. She's not happy about it. She gets it. He's like, "Hi, mom. I have some news I want to tell you tomorrow." And she's like, mm. And he's like, "Yeah, me and my friend are going to come." And she's like, hmm. And he's like, "Yes, my friend Kim Bali are going to come and just ask you a question. Just like normal questions, just chill." This woman is sitting on like one of the best couches I've ever seen. It's like this, like kind of 50s, like kind of like modern, but like, no, I don't know. It's like maybe it's more 80s or 90s. Like, it's not 50s and modern. It's more like 80s and 90s, kind of like cream leather couch with like wooden inlays. It's gorgeous. I wish I had a picture of it. Do I have it on here? No. Oh, I wish I did. Basically, uh, she's like, "I cannot." So she's like, "How old is this woman approximately?" And he's like, "Approximately 50." And she is just like so sad. She's just like, "I cannot sit by and watch you make mistake after mistake. Why can't you just like date a young, fertile, tender-aged woman?" A tender age, honey. The tender age of 50. A tender age. An age that's soft and youthful. Just 20 something. 20 something is a tender age. Tender 20s. Tender 30s even sounds awkward, and he's in his 30s. So, um, she just basically, after hearing that he's going to bring a 50-year-old named Kimberly to ask him something, says this: "I pray to God that Kimberly is not your wife. That's not what you're going to ask me." She's like, "You can just get married here to someone here and then go find an American wife. But I need your first wife to be like someone who's going to bear your kids and not like another one of these crazy ass, old ass, dry ass banshee women from like America that you just get." And I mean, Usman just takes all this information knowing that he is just like doing exactly what she doesn't want him to do and just like swallows it. There's not much he can do. Like, she is obviously so over his tricks. Can you imagine what he's tried to pull over this woman over the years? She can't. She's wanting more. Um, and again, will then just say basically this. There are so many women that I could get to marry him. So many women. There is like around here, just like a bunch of biddies wanting the yammy. She doesn't know like the what the yammy is, but like what we know is they want it. Like he would just have to nod his head. And it'd be one of those things like I don't even know, but like I always think about those things like the fairy tales where like there's a prince, and the prince is there, and then like there's king and queen, and then like the queen and queen is there, and somehow they just like show the prince like either pictures of other royal women or somehow like he just gets like offered them, like maybe like they come to either obviously a ball or some sort of like royal engagement or like a knighting or jousting event or whatever. Just like they come down and he just is off to the side on some balcony and they curtsy in front of the king and queen and then he just gets his pick. Lift the veil. No, no, no. That one's okay. I'll go out with her later, but we'll see. Like it's just huh. That's like basically what Usman's mom thinks that Usman could go through. Shay wants to take a poll. What is Usman's ultimate plan? Just reap the TLC money or actually come to the US? I think a little from column A, a little from column B. Like, I think that he's kind of like, let's see where the dice lies, honey. Like, like, I think he'd love to come to LA because I think his plan is world domination, just like Pinky and the Brain. And you can't just like world dominate from Africa. I mean, you can in the sense that we all started in Africa. And so that's what he did too. But like, eventually you got to like traverse mountains and come over the seas, and just like, you can always go back. Um, so let us do I have all the things for them? No, it'll go on to them. That's funny. Okay, so let's move on to Jenny and Sumit. So, I mean, this is a very funny tweet from Kiki and Kibitz Productions. First roller skating, then ziplining. Now he's leaving his shoes out for her to trip over. I'm starting to really think Sumit has a life insurance policy on Jenny. Oh, I mean, those shoes really are in the middle of the floor. Like they are also put there. It feels like did he just jump out of his shoes like without the laces being done? Did he just like take them off on the bed and then put them perfectly side by side, lined up in the middle? Or that's so awkward. Have you guys seen those new shoes that you basically don't have to tie in laces? You just kind of like step in them. Like I don't know what they do. Like they come up and eat your foot, like kind of like a Venus flytrap. And have you tried them and should I get them is really the question. Also, I'm size 11, so if the other gentleman is here and is talking about how he wanted to buy shoes for someone and they left him for it, like I want to try those, you know? Um So Jenny goes for a walk and she talks to Christina, her girlfriend. I mean, Christina, her daughter. And Christina says that she wants to visit India with her girlfriend. And, that like she at one point she calls like Sumit Pops. And I'm like, oh my God, is this like almost like a weird modern family? And Jenny talks to Christina about the fact that, Sumit wants to go to a Kama Sutra workshop, honey. And Christina's like, oh, great, mom, go. And Jenny's like, oh, should I? Jenny's whole idea is like, I've just been on this earth so long. I've just been having sex for so long. What could a book teach me? And I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Jenny, unless you've lived a life of Air Force Amy, someone who I truly feel like does not need to know any other things. Like, this woman should teach a master class, Like, by the way, could you imagine one of those master classes? And what would be a good sex one? Who could teach you in a master class? Now, of course, I said Air Force Amy, which half the people know is my beloved character from Cat House, and the other people don't know, and it's a beloved character from Cat House. But someone like Air Force Amy, who has just had so much sex, like so for years, someone is still having, like, so she can go up and down about how to have sex with young, how to have sex with old, this position, that position, like, when your arm is hurting and but your hip is out of place, like that is someone who I know could like teach me a thing or two. It's unfortunate because, yeah, there'd be other screen sirens. Like, I think Bridget Bardot probably knows how to put it down. Now, I think she's problematic, okay? But I also believe that probably Bridget Bardot, being like an old lady who's just like banana ramas, like probably had sex with a lot of people, like probably could teach a class. I just don't think like Jenny's going to teach a master class. She just doesn't have like the resume, like just because you've lived on God's green earth for like a bunch of years doesn't mean that you come a lot, ha ha ha, or with someone a lot, ha ha ha, and or has had a lot of sex. You only have one kid. You know what I'm saying? Like you are married, sure, but just because, I mean, I don't know. It just feels like I'm not convinced. Um oh, the shoe thing. Okay. Okay. Yep. Them big ass feet, honey. Where's my OnlyFans big feet ladies, honey? I can give Megan a run for money. So they go to the Kama Sutra class, and the Kama Sutra class has like real hot young people in it, honey, and just like wearing loungewear, like like harem pants, And Jenny is a little old for it, God bless. And that's fine. We've been understanding that, but every person in India doesn't understand it. So we definitely have this guy who's leading the class being like, I was taken very aback by Jenny's age in relationship to being in this class. I can't imagine any one of her seasonedness, but he didn't say that, being able to do any of these things. And my only hope is that when she goes home, she doesn't suffer any injuries. And we're just like, oh, Jesus. Jeez, like cut to the core. That man chose violence in that statement. He was not polite. He didn't beat around the bush, honey. He burned the bush. He Moses burned the bush, honey. Yeah, he's never seen such a marked age difference between a man and a woman. So the first thing they do is they kind of like sit in each other's laps. The guy sits down, the girl like sits in his lap kind of, and they just like kind of hold each other and they just chant Om together. It's just like Om, eye contact. Do it with me right now. Does it feel something? I can't hear you, but to me, it feels like the vibration of the humming kind of like gets you on track. It like feels like you are like connecting up. It feels like there's this Oculus game that like my nephews play, and I have to play it on my phone because I don't have Oculus or whatever. But like it's like called Rec Room. At one point, like you party up and you like hit your hands together. I don't even understand what it means. Just like it says party up. But almost like that chanting Om sound when you both do it at the same time does sort of feel like you're like whatever you're obviously connecting or just like joining forces. You know. Um, oh, Amsterdam. Good morning. Good morning, Boo. So that happens, and they're a little giggly, and she's like looking around, and she's doing it despite the fact that she probably feels super uncomfortable. But at the same time, I mean, she's probably had to get past feeling uncomfortable because wherever they go in India, they have like, cameras following them, which means that like basically people are staring at them at all times. So, like, what's people to be staring at you in this moment? You know what I'm saying? So, after that, they do another thing called Cowgirl Helper, where she basically just rattles him. He's laying on the ground, just on top. It's Cowgirl Helper. I don't know exactly what's helping. It just seems very like I would say like, oh, if there was like a pillow underneath, maybe like that'd be like a helper. If he was, like doing something to help her, also like. But it seems that she just has to be on top and just pretty much doing the same thing that caused me to have this like Tuesday afternoon into evening indentation in my forehead, which is, of course, my horse riding helmet that I talk about every time. And it makes me so annoyed. She doesn't have to have that. She just has to, like, get on top. Jenny Might start on top, but she's never gonna finish on top. Jenny wants to lay down, honey, on that pillow, honey, and she wants to, like, pump and sleep. Just, you know, pump and snooze. She wants a pump and snooze. But you know what? I will say this, like, she has a remarkable spirit for, I think, for doing this. And, in times like this, there are moments where I'm just like, very much like, yes, Sumit loves her. Also, I think he has deep trauma with his mom that we're sort of watching happen unfold. And so, whether his love for her is like, I mean, he loves her. He loves her for sure. So interesting. Yeah, afterward they are just giggling, honey, giggling like school kids, and she just was like, I like to ride him like a pony, but mostly I just want to make love and go to sleep, and like, yeah, that's all she wants. That's all, that's what she wants, my love. Just like, I don't not get it, I definitely get it. Do I have anything funny to say about them or show you about them? No, I guess I didn't. Okay, let's go to this one, Angela and Michael. I just want to make this really fast. I don't know what to tell you about this. It's horrible. As we know, Angela showed up and like started screaming, and her friend was like, "Come down, Michael, or Angela's gonna whatever." And Angela did like rip apart the car and just kept saying how she owns the car, the car is his, and like screaming at him. And then just like he comes down with his brother. The brother looks out of his mind, scared. Michael is like telling her to leave and telling her to get gone, and that it's and to get the hell off his property. And she's like screaming and crying, and at one point, it looks like she even, like, for some reason, like, I don't know, like, people were saying that those look like, handcuff marks, but, like, people just think that she also might have injured herself from, like, all the crazy bands she the whole time is just like, "He did this to me, and he doesn't love me, and can you believe it?" Like, and she had brought all of this on herself by coming there. So, it's a really hard scene, and I don't like to talk about it. I don't wanna, like, even though I told you about what happened, but I think kind of point blank. They're making it seem like in the next episode that they're going to meet up and talk. 90 Day Fiancé has a history of trickery when it comes to like making us think something and then actually not happening, right? So in this case, like they are going to make us think that she in the next day is going to go meet up and talk to him, but they didn't show any part of him, and I don't I wanna know if he comes to talk about, because I would love the closure of him being like, "I never wanna see you again, this is crazy. You're bananas. I'll never talk to you again. You are crazy and abusive, and this is it." Wa brought this up on the podcast, which I didn't think about, but it was astute point, that his Instagram bio still, like, says that he loves Angie. Now, whether that had to stay up there because of 90 Day Fiancé, like, contractual stuff or whatnot, I don't know. I want I think that I keep saying this will be my last time. I don't keep saying, but I think that I wanted to say this would be my last time, but then I also wanna see if that's what happens, so it's just very confusing to me because when it comes to, like, Ed, I don't even watch it, like, I just fast forward. So A, because they're on the show for, like, no reason, but because we've been with them so long, and this is the first time that when Michael was like, Get out of here, get out of here," I felt like it was the first time he, like, stood up to her. I'm just, like, I guess waiting to see if that's what happens, because it would be great, right? Like, it would be I would love him to take her to task and say everything that she's done and how she, like, blames him for everything, but that she's incredibly toxic and abusive, and I'm kind of waiting for that to happen, and if that happens, like, I wanna be able to talk about that with you guys. I don't know what to do right now. I don't know. That's all I'll say about that. So, Libby and Andrei. I think it was our last couple, babes. Libby and Andrei, honey. Libby and Andrei. So, Libby and Andrei. I had more things. Oh no. This is funny though. Bilal constantly treats Shaeeda like a child who needs to be disciplined. Even the promo pic makes it seem like he's scolding her. It's so true. Shy, was it you leaving that water puddle out in front? My bathroom. My socks got wet. Was that you, Shy? No. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so Andre is going to go visit his lawyer, and who I think does the Lord's work. This lawyer came to be on TV. Like she has little stripes in her hair. She has some highlights. That's fine. She came with her makeup on. She did it herself. It's great. She's wearing a power color. I mean, he comes to meet his lawyer, honey, like he came to like with a hot dog ready to go to like the Mets game, like he's very dressed down. And then Ma also said that he dressed just like Chuck, which is funny to me. So the TV lawyer, I'm sorry, the lawyer is basically like, okay, so it's different because you should just be getting a green card now. But instead, they've asked for you to come in for an interview, and that's strange. It's like, not usually what happens, and I wonder why. Is there anything you haven't told me? And he's like, well, no, but Moldova and the police and the times in which I like had some issues there. And she's like, that's kind of, it's disconcerting. Is there anything else? And then they kind of talk about like, do you have any enemies? Like, and who would be someone that would possibly, call the authorities and like talk shit about you and not let them like not want you to like get your green card. And if that's the case, when you go to this meeting, they could just completely deport you right there. And he's like, oh, I mean, like, wouldn't they like talk about it first? Wouldn't there be some sort of like case? She's like, no, you're not a citizen. They don't have, you don't have any rights here. So no, you would just literally be deported for whatever reason, whatever they want. Whoever called and snitched on you, honey, that's what happened. And this lays the groundwork for like, well, who could have called? But we know who could have called because we're not dumb. And literally, like, we know that Libby's family like hates every moment of him. And Charlie could have called, Megan could have called, it could have been Becky, could have been, Becky hates him, just talked about getting deported. For some reason, what they either are hoping for, it feels like, or where they don't care, is that Libby would just go with him. See, I feel like if Becky, I think that Charlie actually likes Libby. But I think Charlie's dumb enough that he tried to get Andre deported. He would just be like, I think that he would think that Libby wouldn't go. I think that Becky and Buki don't like Libby. So if Becky and Buki were the ones that called to get Andre deported, that they would be like, oh, and Libby has to go too? Oh no. Oops. More attention for us, more money for us, more dad time for us. You know what I'm saying? Buki is Jen. It's Jen. It's my nickname for Jen. So then he comes home and tells Libby, who has this top knot, honey. And also like her eyebrows just look so dark in this. She must have just dyed them, or like, it feels like she has no makeup on, just eyebrows. Maybe she does have makeup on. But look at this backdrop. Every time you see it, are you not like, oh, white and gold, honey? I very much like it. I don't know about the clear knives behind it, but you know what I'm saying. So her being like, who would do such a thing, when Andre's like, come on. Anyone that looks like you pretty much is the answer. Anyone that looks like you. Dad, you want to come say hi? Come say hi to my people. Come say hi to the people in the live, Dad. Okay, can you just put on a shirt? Come say hi. They want to see you. Okay, so basically, she's like, No, who could have done it? And Andre's like, your whole family, Libby? And she's like, my family could not possibly. They would not, they could not, they are incapable. No, you don't understand, Andre. I mean, I'm telling you, they are the dumbest, most idiotic people who can't get anything done, who like are procrastinators. They're like the laziest motherfuckers in the world. They are so incapable that like I can't imagine that they could have Googled the number to call, got a lawyer to do anything, actually followed through. Most of the time, as you realize, Charlie's drunk. Charlie's out of his mind drunk the entire time. And Megan is just like trying to raise 3 hooligan sons while taking pictures of her feet all the goddamn time. Those what those people's lives are. Come on, Dad. And also, no, my mom is drunk too. And my dad's busy making all the money that we all live on. But my mom, my mom is like buying doodads and LVs and just, come on, they're busy. They don't care. One thing about my parents, they don't care about anyone enough to do anything besides the things that are good for them. I can't say I would feel sorry to see him go. The man is so ignorant in your face. Oh, good. My dad's going to come sit down here for a second. You always want to see him. Oh, this way? You always want to see him. He never wants to come.
Okay, so how much of a performance fee am I receiving?
None, Dad.
What?
No,
What?
Dad. None. Can you believe it? We don't care enough.
Gee, thank you.
74 people are in the room right now. We're talking about 90 Day Fiancé, as you know.
Yes.
Yeah, so you haven't watched anything, but I talk about this. I've been talking about Live After Lockup on the podcast.
Yes, you have.
Now, when's the last time? You watched a lot of Darcy and Stacey?
Unfortunately.
Now, why did you watch that when I didn't watch it with you?
Because it was so bad.
No, that doesn't make sense. I wasn't there, but you kept watching it.
I kept watching because it was so bad. I couldn't believe that 2 women could be so ugly personality and actually get a TV show.
Is it because you feel like my personality is so great, so beautiful, that why don't I have a TV show? Is that true?
Well, is that because of your humility? That
I think it's the humidity making my hair go crazy.
I think really that you watched that show and thought you could have been part of it.
I mean, no, I don't have enough plastic surgery for it, Dad.
I mean, really. I mean, it was unbelievable. This actually was the subject, and these 2 were actually hired.
I know.
And they actually took it seriously, like we cared about them.
I know it, Dad. Can you believe what a life? I'm trying to see if I can play this thing for you right now, but I don't know. You were supposed to go to bed like 2 hours ago. You texted me that you were going to go to bed. What happened?
I got an emergency call. I have to be in Mexico tomorrow. So I have to cancel all my plans, and I have to be in Mexico.
We're leaving on Thursday.
I know. I have to be in Mexico tomorrow by 12:30.
Oh, that's crazy, Dad.
Rosarito.
Okay, well, I did not know that. Is everything okay?
Yes, it's a very positive reason I have to be there. And I get to have those wonderful tacos in Rosarito too.
Oh, he likes the tacos.
Okay, I'm going to have to go because I got a couple things.
You want to answer some questions first?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'd watch your TV show, Chris. Thanks, Tasha. What does your dad do?
Oh, I'm a man of many facets. How's that?
I mean,
okay,
that sounds like you're in the mafia. So no, you have a real job. I mean, you can, yeah.
Yes, I'm a don. I'm a don in Southern California.
No.
So I manage money.
Yeah.
I handle people's estates. I own the American Polo Association. We play polo for charity worldwide, and a number of other things I've produced.
Okay, Lisa asked, when is the market going to get better?
Probably 9 months to a year.
Yeah, that's usually what a bear market is, but a bull market is much longer.
Bull market's 5 to 10 years. A bear market's around 17 months.
Oh, okay. But you're investing right now. There's a lot of opportunity for growth, right?
I'm holding I'm not investing. I'm
Okay.
holding everything I have, not selling, not running away, but I'm not putting new money to work just yet.
Okay.
We have to wait.
Okay, we have to wait. What have you watched on TV that you really liked? Any movies like you liked or whatever?
No, I'm looking for the new Rock movie that's coming out.
The Rock?
The Rock has a new movie coming out later this month,
Oh.
and I'm looking forward to that.
Did you watch Hocus Pocus too?
Yes, I did. I enjoyed it, and yet at the same time, there hasn't been. The last movie I saw in the theater was Elvis.
Oh yeah.
That was the last movie I saw.
No, because then we saw Top Gun again, I thought.
No.
Oh.
I think we saw it in another medium.
Okay, Dad. Well,
But I like Top Gun. Great movie.
Can I set you up with my sister in Irvine? Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Ah!
And I live in Newport Beach.
Oh, okay, here you go. Okay, well, okay. Who is your ideal woman?
Oh, about 5.
Yes, he's a financial. Okay, don't be too physical. Okay.
About 5'7". Good physical health. I prefer blondes because I'm Mediterranean, and men always prefer what they're not.
Okay.
And someone who's very smart,
mm-hmm.
and I do not want someone.
You say you prefer blondes, but you married out of your 3 women you married, 2 were brunettes.
Wait a minute, I have never been married 3 times.
Oh, 2 women.
2 women.
Out of the 2 women you married, 2 were brunettes.
See what the trouble? What?
So you say you are, but yeah, you don't like blondes that much.
Yes, I do, but I like blondes who are natural.
I think
I'd rather have a blonde who's got a little age on her face than to have someone whose face is all stretched tight and booped up. I'd rather have someone more natural looking.
Okay, but I think you dated a lot of very, very attractive brunettes.
I have that too, but of course those 2 times didn't work out, did they? Yes, I said that.
Okay. So, and what do you? Okay, so do you know what you're going to be for Halloween?
I'm going to be giving out candy at her home.
You do, yeah. Who decorates the house?
You decorate the house, and I buy full candy bars, and we have 1,000 kids here every year because the candy we give out in our house and how it's decorated.
What do you want for Christmas? A haircut.
Need a haircut. What else would I like for Christmas? I would like peace on earth.
A son-in-law.
Any more requests for dates?
Natural beauty. What a great guy. Well, I'm a brunette, so that's a bummer. Ramsterdam, he's lying. He likes brunettes, Okay. A blonde. 1,000. Wow. Okay. Let's see, Dad. Other than that, we're going to probably let you go to bed now.
You know. All right. Thank you all very much, and enjoy the rest of the program.
By program, I mean, I don't really have much on the docket. We've talked about every couple possible, and I really wanted to talk about Kim's arrest in 2003 with her bad checks, and mostly also the fact that she was married to a murder convict who's named Kevin Golfin. The source who confirmed the story to In Touch added that Kim watched the prisoner's incident on TV and decided to visit him one day. That's so funny. This is from Screen Rant. Later on, the 90-Day Fiancé franchise star married Kevin to act as his power of attorney, as she felt there was more to the case than meet the eye. However, Kim and Kevin's marriage was annulled 2 years later. Annulled, while there's new shocking details about Kim's prison visits, past relations, but arrest may make her seem despicable. Some people didn't like her for her attitude on the show. I mean, I don't know. Okay. He's nice. Did we? No. You know why I get awkward? Only because when we ask him his physical types, I don't want to be whatever. God bless. I don't even nothing. What what I'm saying? Because God bless. We all have preferences, but then when you talk about preferences, you don't want to be offensive to anyone. He's a male. You know how they are. Yeah. Also, like his last girlfriend he had, this woman who's like a polo player. I won't say her name, but she's probably one of the most beautiful women he's ever dated. Brown, and she was brunette. And she told me about Fraxel. She looked so gorgeous. She was like above 50 something, and I just remember her like telling me how she'd been doing Fraxel for so long, and I remember just being like, I will do Fraxel. Brown hair. Dad?
Yes,
Okay. All right, my loves. That's all I have for you. That's all the peeps. We've done it all, right? Yeah. I just love the fact that Libby doesn't feel like her family could possibly be behind this when there's like literally no one else involved that would be. But maybe it's the Moldova crime spree he went on. I don't know. It's like he didn't go on a Moldova's crime spree. He just took bets, or he took like bargains. No, what's the word? Not bets, not bargains. When you bribes. So I mean, it depends on like what that looked like and like how bad that was. And also, we do know that Libby's family did some like internet sleuthing with a private detective. I have something in my eye; it's gonna make me crazy. So, I mean, the fact that Libby just done forgot that and was like, "Couldn't be me," was interesting. I love you. Okay, so let's do our breath, do our work, and let me go take out this hair from my eye. But yeah, having said that, can you tell me about your nails? Yeah, they are a gel French manicure. Just gel French manicure. And I have tiramisu for 2 on my toes, which ends up looking like a Barbie foot. It's just so natural. Okay, so of course you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Chris L. Farah. The L is for Love After Lockup. I also wanted to say DocuSweeties, again, already has the same episode up on the docket if you'd like more information. If you'd like more people talking about it, and that person is Wah and I, just 2 fun peeps reviewing the exact same episode. But don't worry, I now, since I know what I said on that, I try and make these lives different so that when you listen to the podcast, it's not super similar commentary. You know what I'm saying? Also, Love After Lockup is going to be up there soon. We got like some timing issues we did on our part wrong. And then we have 3 episodes of a brand new docuseries. So if you haven't yet, please go watch Sins of Our Mother. It's on Netflix, and it has to do with Lori Vallow. And on episode 1, we have a special guest that comes on to talk to us about A, the crime, and B, the docuseries. And that is Kay Casey, everyone. So that was really great. And we're excited. All that's coming up. All 3 episodes of Sons of Our Mother is already on our Patreon, as well as our Love After Lockup. So if you want our content as soon as possible and with live video, you're welcome to subscribe to our patreon.com/DocuSweeties. But I'm just so appreciative that you guys are listening and you're here tonight. And, everything is, I'm just so thankful for that. So lots of free content, totally. You just get visual aids and as soon as it drops on the Patreon, and we'll do some lives on there too once we get some fun numbers up there. And yeah, it's Netflix. And that's like what is on the docket. All right, shall we take a breath, my babes, on a Tuesday, for me, Eve, 9:06 p.m., but as Ramsterdam already said, morning, Wednesday morning for you, Amsterdam. Let's do it. And one more. Feels so good. All right, this is our Om. This is our Sumit and Jenny Kama Sutra Om together. It is the exact same thing, this breath alignment or the It's forcing us together to, in the present moment, listen to breath or listen to the sound, and also realize that other people in this exact same moment are doing it too. We are aligning ourselves in this one moment, and we're going to then break off and continue on with our lives. But it feels magical to think that there's 77 people in this room right now. Let's just say 30 people did the breath. The other 30 people, honey, they're busy. They can't just be breathing, you know? But I mean, there's a magical connective feeling that it gives me. And I hope that plus, of course, the endorphins and just a feeling of groundedness and like a present moment that we're here. Whatever's going to happen is the future. The past is definitely the past, but we make our lives what it is, and we choose to be happy, just like we've kind of like talked about a bunch this episode. I love you guys so much and wish you the best. Please go to DocuSweeties and give it 5 stars and listen to the episodes, and also follow DocuSweeties on Instagram as well. And other than that, I really want you to have a beautiful rest of your day. All right, bays? Take care of yourselves and one another, and stand up for what you believe and make art. And I love you. Okay, bye, friends. Bye.